Well, good afternoon, folks. Welcome to Tarot by Izzy. Thank you for joining me today. Coming from the centre of Scotland, central Scotland, we're doing another tarot reading today. And it's following on from the previous one I did, and that was in relation to the 6 degrees of separation. Before I go any further, please bear in mind this is for entertainment purposes only. It's not to be taken too seriously. If you have any major issues, physical, well-being, please consult a practitioner, qualified practitioner, and just please enjoy. Come along for the ride. It's just a bit of fun. So as I say, today we're going to use the Light Seers Tarot, and we might have a look at the Spirit Animal Oracle deck here. So, as I said, what I had been looking at was the 6 degrees of separation, and this was Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, and Elon Musk. Well, blow me, as I was looking through the 6 degrees of separation, I stumbled across a character, an individual called Ezra Miller. Now, apparently Ezra Miller and Johnny Depp co-starred in the second film of The Fantastic Beasts. There you go. That's what I'm saying. 6 degrees of separation. There might be hope for me yet, you know. I might be meeting all these stars. So, from my understanding is that Ezra was born on September 30th, 1992. He's 29. His sun sign is a Libra. So it's the same age as my daughter. She's 29. It's her 30th this year. So we'll need to get something organised for her. She's subscribed to my channel as well. She just thinks, go on yourself, Mum, why not? So, as I say, we're going to look a wee bit at Ezra Miller just now, because it seems to be a wee bit controversial. I'll get my handwriting out the way there. You don't need to see that. Okay, and we'll do the 7-card hexagram. So I'm reading from, because I didn't know anything about this guy at all. I mean, that's my ignorance. I really need to get out more. I really do. So, it's from www.thethings.com/the Flash actor Ezra Miller's controversial past. Not just Johnny Depp has got a controversial past for the sounds of it. Too much time on their hands, if you ask me. I think that's what's wrong. Too much time on their hands. Only joking. Only joking. I wouldn't want to be in their place. The amount of pressure they've got to be under, you know, to perform. I couldn't do it, you know, I've got to remember the scripts. I can't remember what I did yesterday. Never mind read a script. Anyway, I digress. So it says Ezra Miller has consistently stirred up controversy in their personal and professional life, with a recent arrest in Hawaii. I'd love to go to Hawaii. Maybe one of these days I'll get there. Ezra Miller, the 29-year-old actor who stars in The Flash in the DC Extended Universe films and plays, I think it's Credence in the Fantastic Beasts franchise, was recently arrested after an incident in Hawaii. This is not the first time getting in trouble, as scandal and controversy has tainted their successful career. Now, the reason I'm saying there is because apparently Ezra wants to be described as there or they. No, a he or she is they. So hopefully I'm getting this right. I didn't want to offend anybody out there, you know. Anyway, their life has been plagued with police incidents and shocking moments. The actor Ezra Miller was recently arrested for disorderly conduct. Sounds like a weekend in my hometown. And harassment while attending a karaoke bar in Hawaii. Well, that could be I'm not even going to go there. A couple on the island have now placed a restraining order against the We Need to Talk About Kevin actor after the star had threatened him. And I'm not going to go into detail what it says here because I might get blocked on YouTube. So, just go to that article and you'll see it for yourself. So what else has Ezra Miller done that has called for many people to wonder if the actor should be hired for further roles and if they should keep their roles in the DCEU and Fantastic Beasts. Well, look what happened to Johnny Depp, you know, that he was let go. It says two Hawaii residents filed for temporary restraining order against Ezra Miller, claiming that the actor harassed and said all sorts and did all sorts and threatened all sorts and so with that language is shocking. It's enough to make a nun blush, I'm telling you. Anyway, here we go. As it say, it makes all sorts of allegations, and there's apparently, allegedly, been a history of that. So, it also says WB and DC executives held an emergency impromptu meeting to discuss Ezra Miller's future with the studio following their recent arrest for disorderly conduct. And this might have been changed since this was put out, this update thing. They will reportedly hit the pause on any future projects involving Miller. RollingStone.com/movies/movie something or other. So, and then, I'm not even going to get into the history of it because it seems like there's been a lot going on in the past. This individual's very troubled with the sounds of it. So let's just go. Let's go. Let's do a wee 7 card spread here. Using the usual questions that will be here. I've updated some of them just to see if it's getting sated. So just bear with me. Bear with me. That's the cards cut. Here we go. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Does it not always amaze you that we think these people have got everything? You know, they've got money, they've got talent, they've no worries like what we would have, but clearly it's another demonstration that money doesn't buy you happiness. You know, so what I'm looking at here is what was the underlying influence, when Asia was in Hawaii at the time of these incidents. That's sort of asked the cards. What was the influence? What was influencing Asia at the time when I shouldn't say he or she. Apologies again. They were in Hawaii. And we've got the King of Cups in the upright. And the King of Cups is looking quite, how would we say, almost like meditative, as in meditation there. Looks like sitting on the island. We've got the singing bowl. We've got the star. We've got the fish here of peace. So was that why Ezra went there to seek stability, creativity, be with someone who could give them stability and peace? Was that a reason why they were there? It's because this is in the upright, but given the situation that happened in Hawaii, is this what he wanted to portray? Right? Because in the reverse, it's a drama king, somebody who's no in touch with their emotions and can be easily triggered and temperamental, and can be, so this is what he thought was influencing him, was the King of Cups. The love, emotional intelligence, patience and stability and balance. However, what we witnessed, or allegedly witnessed, was someone who's been a drama there individual, not so much in touch with their emotions, over emotional, and being temperamental. You do wonder. So that was the underlying situation just now. So I then asked, what triggered? So we know that in the reverse you can be easily triggered and over emotional. What triggered Ezra on these alleged incidents when Ezra was in Hawaii? And we've got the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups, I don't know if you can see that. Okay, the Five of Cups is in the upright. And it's like when you see there, it's like this, you've got this whale, you've got the stars, and also like a look of disappointment, sadness, unhappiness, just watching things drip away. Um, you know, it's almost like self-pitying. Uh, can even be a broken heart. So he went away to be the King of Cups, and obviously we saw the reverse King of Cups in the alleged behaviours. We were asking what caused these alleged behaviours, and what we think is that was Ezra nursing a broken heart, a relationship upset? Was he disappointed by something? Grieving over an incident? Something that's not been made public, and quite rightly so if it's something that's very personal. And you see, it's almost like Ezra was in the darkness, whatever it is, certainly played with the emotions. So I also asked about the court cases, what was happening there, and there you have justice, and justice will be dispensed in here. I don't think it'll just be in the court. I think it will also be in relation to his employment situation, family, friends, but we'll come on to that as well. So we've got the justice and the upright, and that's exactly the questions I was asking. How is the court cases going to be? What's the likely outcome? And we'll have the major arcana there. So say we have the justice and the upright, and it's balance, scales. Um, it will be the right outcome. Ezra might not feel it at the time, um, but clearly it's going to be seen, the behaviours are going to be seen uh, in a matter of balance, karma. There's going to be fairness. There's going to be natural law. And balance is hopefully going to be restored. Basically, this card is asking Ezra to learn from past experiences, the good and the bad, to take it all on. And as I say, Ezra's in that situation just now where Ezra is being judged not only by the law, but everyone who's around Ezra as well. So, how was Ezra's reputation be impacted? Well, we've got the star. Okay? So Ezra is, well, I didn't know until I read about it, is a star. And it is looking like maybe the star won't be put out. It won't impact on the star in relation to work anyway. Ezra will still be viewed as being a star. So the reputation is actually, or I keep saying I apologise. Ezra's reputation could be, looking at this, is actually healing as well. that after the outcome of the justice is taking the opportunity to have their wishes fulfilled, to take the opportunity to heal and to know that they can be going back onto the right path of inspiration and renewed hope. So this is what Ezra's reputation looks like it could be. So how does Ezra's family and friends and colleagues, what are they feeling about Ezra just now? Well, they're seeing Ezra as the Queen of Wands. So that's how it appears to be. They see someone who's successful, talented, um, someone who is gifted. You could see it there, performer, uh, centre stage, um, passionate, determined, um, joyous. This is how they still view um, Ezra as being capable and being fierce and believes in their individuality. Very passionate about how they look, how they're described, how they're viewed, and is creative, and will continue creating. So I think they see Ezra continuing to be like this, that irrespective of what has happened, Ezra will still always be viewed as being a very creative individual. So we now move on to what is Ezra's fear. What's what does Ezra think about the outcome of the situation? Well, Ezra's hoping for a very good outcome. Ten of Pentacles. It's a family outcome. It's a very successful outcome. It's a financial outcome. You can see celebrations there. So that is looking very, very positive. That's what Ezra is hoping is going to be the outcome. This is what Ezra wants. Ezra wants love, happiness, contentment, fulfillment, joy. It's not necessarily to do with money. Family is important, friendship's important, and Ezra doesn't want this damaged in any way. This is what Ezra would love to see maintained and not damaged in any way. So, what will be the final outcome for the situation for Ezra going forward? And it's the Hierophant in the reverse. Now, the Hierophant in the upright, and most of these cards are actually in the upright, they're very positive. But the Hierophant, it's like the stairway to heaven, it's the higher wisdom. It's the it can also be the keeper of the secrets as well. It is, as you can see there, it's someone who is, how would you say, meditation, in touch with their inner self, is looking to engage with their higher self, who who's spiritual, but in the reverse, there's a need to reconnect with the spirit. There's a need to get rid of any ego based feelings that they have. It is get rid of outdated ways of thinking as well. You're not always right. I remember being 29 years of age. I thought I knew everything. And now I'm, well, 60. And you realise you didn't know everything. And Ezra needs to, because this is what he's hoping for, I say it again, they are hoping for, is, wonderful outcome, family, friends, celebrations. However, what Ezra needs to do is to reconnect. You know where the wisdom is. Find wisdom within Ezra. Reconnect with the divine. Reconnect with and seek the divine. Seek higher knowledge. Operate on a higher plane and get away from the war vibes that are going out just now. So, my opinion, what Ezra needs to do is turn it around. So let's have a wee look, see if we can find a spirit animal for Ezra. And apologies again if I've got some things muddled up. Just they and there, and you know, it's all new to me as well. I've got to learn these things. I've got to learn. But anyway, let's have a wee look. And I got the date wrong on the earlier video that I sent out. I said it was March. This is April. What a dunderhead. So hopefully you've enjoyed what I've done so far. Let's have a wee look. Let's see what spirit animal is. And it is this swan, Ezra. That's swan. And I have to say, Ezra is a very graceful looking character. And it says here, take time for a deep dive. So if you look at the final outcome, there's the Hierophant, and it's saying you need to regain your spirituality, your higher consciousness, get away from the low vibe. And then we have this almost being repeated here saying time for a deep dive. So let's just double check what the swan says here. And it is Swan Spirit 179. 179. All we can do is pray that Ezra gets the help that Ezra needs just now. Because clearly there is something going on, but sometimes it's difficult to admit that you're having difficulty. So what it's saying here is, Oracle message: with their graceful long necks, swans are able to reach into the depths. When the swan spirit arrives, you're called to take a deep dive beyond what is easily available on the surface. You may think you know what is best for you now, but take the plunge into the depths of your awareness, for there is knowledge you are not aware of and a great treasure to discover. Deeper understanding awaits you, and a perspective that comes from greater self-knowledge is that you need is what you read now. You need right now to better understand a situation or a relationship. As you come to know yourself more intimately, so too will you come to know others. So the Swan Spirit asks you to go beyond the surface of what is happening between you and others and resist the temptation to judge by superficial appearances. Know there is much deeper potential for loving connections, forgiveness, and mutual understanding. Choose to deep dive into your why, asking deeper questions of yourself. You're led by the grace of the Swan Spirit. So, as I say, that neatly sums up the outcome we have here. Okay, folks, can I say thank you for joining me today in this reading. I hope you like and subscribe. I hope you've enjoyed it. If I have misnamed individuals, it has not been deliberate. I do apologise. But I hope you have a lovely Sunday afternoon. Take care, folks. Thank you. Bye.